and I use this simple software, and its name is Sketchup, because my teacher recommended this software to me. Like the first page is about the 3D modeling system. And you can build any 3D, like a house or different stuff like this. And it's just used about visualize ideas. If you use this system, and you can customize the 3D workspace. And like this is an example. You can design a slope and the form of the building. Just like you want a building in this form and in this form, and just build it what you want. The next step is the design language. It makes sustainable buildings and at the times in the graph. Like this is the times in date. And it still has another benefit. Just you can see your building in two forms. Like the first one is the 3D form, and the second just the 2D, and just in the flat graph. And you can just see what's the form of the house look like in one side. This work is my try this software the first time. I just built it and just an L here. It's very simple. And this work is in a week 2, and I just try to use a lot of flat things like the square and triangle to build a form like the house. But because at that time I cannot just let this be in the triangle and put this in the flat side. This is my final work, because my teacher just sent me some videos about it, and I just think learning is very well, and so this is the first house that I built, but this is the second house that I built, because I saw the video and I can build it just like the real house, not like this, just a flat form. And that's all. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Okay, same again. Any questions from the other students?
Yeah, I'm curious that the previous slides. I'm very curious that can you actually fold the roof of the house?
Oh, the
Is that a design of the paper house? Yeah.
Do you mean slide 7?
Yeah, slide 7. The house.
7.
like a house. No. This one. Oh, because this one I just want to try to let it be the triangle. So I don't know which system that I can use. So I just use the pencil system and just use my hand to draw it. Yeah.
So I like when I saw you making that. It was interesting that you're adding the sides. So are they all different shapes?
Yeah.
It's not one shape. It's all different
Yes.
blocks. You made in 3D space. Gregory?
Gregory, we use this software in math class also sometimes.
Maybe I might have some questions
We'll come back to you. You think about it. We'll come back to you in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm happy that you chose this software as your presentation today. Because as I told you, we use it in every class I can. I use Sketchup. Because I've been using it for a long time. I've been using Sketchup for 5 years. And I was surprised that you, I think in the third slide, can you go back to the third slide? You need to, no, it's the next one.
This one?
That is really like an advanced tool, like very professional. Do you know what that means? That heat map in the building?
But this one, I'm not sure because if I need to use this system and I need to pay money.
Exactly. Yeah. This is a pro tool. That's when you want to analyze the energy consumption in the building. You can set up the daylight hours and then it tells you how the heat transfer inside the building. So I was really surprised to see that picture because it's really advanced tool. So on the other hand, I was missing some like the basic tools of the SketchUp, like because I saw that you draw an L there. So maybe you could have told us how do you draw the L? Use the pencil or the pull tool or the push or like tell us a little bit more about the basic tools. But it's really interesting.
I was also impressed that you talked about this sustainable buildings, this function. Can you tell us anything more about that?
More about that.
Yeah.
I think it's because I didn't research enough information.
But you're interested in that function though?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'll make a few comments then. Yeah, you did, as Marcus said, you did miss out some basic functions, and you might think, oh, it's very simple, very easy, but they're the basic skills that you need. They're really important. So you could have talked about those. I agree, but you did go into some detail about different functions that the software has. That was good, including advanced ones like the sustainability. The slides were good, and I know that on Tuesday you didn't have any slides, so I know that you spent your time to make this at home. So I can see you've worked hard on it. Yeah, you talked about the problems that you had using the software. Could you, Jason? Could you tell us how you cut the windows and doors out of the building? If you go on the last slide, slide 8. Can you tell us a little bit about how you cut out the windows and doors?
I just use the system and draw. This can draw a square here, and the other system just can add a flat thing, maybe just like a house we building up and go into.
Yeah.
So I use that system to just dig a hole here.
What's that operation called? Can you do that?
In Windows, you just have to draw a square and delete the surface. That's very easy. Yeah. Draw a square or any shape that you want. You can draw a circle. And then to do the 3D, there is 2 ways of doing it. You can just draw it manually using edges, or you can just draw a surface and push it or pull it, and it will do it for you automatically.
For your slide, you could have, that screenshot's so small it's hard for us to see the detail. So you could just stretch it, make it bigger before the presentation, then we can all see more clearly what you've done. Yeah, right. You've done that. It's still very clear. Right, that would have been better. And also the experiment you did over here. So I know you spent some time working on modifying shapes and cutting out shapes. Alright.
The color, you have the color tab on the right.
Yeah.
You could have add some color to the surface of your house.
Because I like white.
You like white.
Jason, do you want to tell us anything else about the project? Alright then, okay, good.